on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels normal, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Phoenix International Raceway, where the All-American Racing League Topsail Truck Series, or Truckers Feed America Cup Series, I should say, will take on Phoenix International Raceway. I'm here, Cliff Corvo, up in the booth alongside Joseph Lester for ESPN Esports Broadcasting Network. Joseph, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, and I'm happy to bring these guys to the Sim Racing Media Network, the ESPN All American Racing League Truckers Feed America Cup Series. They've got 3 races left in their season. Underway is their playoffs. The top 6 here in points have a chance at it. The top 4 after the next 2 races will have a chance at the championship here in a few weeks. But tonight we're here at Phoenix International Raceway as these guys finish up their qualifying sessions. It's a very calm day, 68 degrees here in Phoenix, 2-mile-an-hour wind, cloudy, not a chance of rain here in the desert. But it's going to get exciting here at Phoenix Raceway. This is a tough track to tame. I don't think we talk about it enough, but it's in everybody's playoff run. It's usually the championship run, but here they've got a a different little bit of setup here. They're gonna race here with 3 to go. But it's a tough track to tame, and they've got this crazy dog leg, which makes it really hard. But these guys are gonna give you a show tonight. We're gonna bring you the show. Happy to have you here on ESPN. Make sure you like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the action. These guys, for the remainder of their season, as I said, they've got 3 races to go. But let's check on track and see if any of these guys are currently qualifying, and we will go ahead and pop up the current qualifying results. Looks like the 26 of Chad Snyder currently holding the pole position here with Hetrick, Garnes, McQuaid, and Martin. The top 5 is Kyle Martin in the 99 here right now, is finishing up his second run, and that will actually end qualifying there, and they will get set to grid here. As we said, we're in Phoenix here. It's the Project Dynamics 150 tonight. Our title sponsor, Project Dynamics. We'll get into what they're all about momentarily. We'll bring up our grid here. Chad Snyder, as I said, is going to take the pole with Joshua Hetrick starting outside him in the front row. Larry Garnes and Patrick McQuaid are going to bring you your second row with Kyle Martin starting 5th. David LaFarno is going to roll off 6th. John Higgins is going to take our 7th place here as when we take the green. He's going to have Cameron Harris outside of him starting 8th. Nathan Christensen's going to start 9th with David Harris starting 10th. Adam Angerstein's going to start 11th with Tyrone Yohe Jr. starting 12th. Charlie the Hammer Dickey's going to start 13th here today. And looks like Braden Black's going to tail the field in 14th as he rolls in the number 18 machine. The 14 drivers who enter here tonight, only one will take the championship for this race. Only 6 have a chance at the actual championship run. As we said, we've got 2 races to go until they cut off to 4 drivers. Currently in the run here, David Harra, David LaFarno, Patrick McQuaid, Chad Snyder, Cameron Harris, and John Higgins Jr. will have a shot at the championship when we get done with this season.
Yeah, these guys have to fight all season just to make the playoffs, and then once they're in the playoffs, they have quite a few more races to battle it out, duel it out, trying to just have a chance at the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. There's there's no special winning you're in, anything like that. As a pace truck will dive off, we'll get set to go. Green flag racing here at Phoenix International Speedway, or Phoenix Raceway they call it these days. An old schooler. Chad Snyder, Joshua Hetrick's gonna take us down to the green flag. Some amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
And they're off as Joshua Hetrick will. Oh, they're wrecking!
We don't even get through
just
turn
happened?
1. Snyder and Hetrick are gonna get into some trouble there. We'll take a look at it, but yeah, the front 1 and 2 got into it. The 25 and 26 here of Chad Snyder and Joshua Hetrick, who took us to the green, and the first top spots had a little bit of trouble there.
Well, these guys do have 2 faster pairs, but man, they'll have to take one here, I believe, because of all that damage. Their cars are destroyed. It just kind of looked like the 26 of Chad Snyder might have not realized he was up there and just kind of floated up into Joshua Hetrick.
Yeah, tough for, you're coming out of turn 1 there, getting going, but it's a tough racetrack here at Phoenix, and things have been changed around a little bit. The start finish line itself. So hey, they're getting into it. They're getting going. A little bit of an issue there. I'm sure they'll get it fixed up. Chad Snyder and Joshua Hetrick going to get their cars fixed up. Probably burn a fast repair just because they want to get back at it here. I mean, we haven't really got started here, but they do have 150 laps here, so they'll be able to hopefully keep themselves in it. Snyder and Hetrick will be able to. But hey, we're under caution. That gives us a quick moment to talk about some of the sponsorships here. Project Dynamics, we talked about the sponsor here tonight. They're a Dutch-made esports team, started out in 2019 by Milan Tikens, I believe is the way to say it. He drives the number 54 Lamborghini Super Trofeo car in the European Lambo Super Trofeo Series. Gil LeBlanc, who's a Porsche test driver, they mainly do some road racing, but they're starting out in their oval stuff here and looking to expand into their oval side of things. Yeah, Project Dynamics 150 here tonight. Some of the other drivers' sponsorships here scrolling through on your screen. Patrick McQuaid in the 77 is going to assume the lead here after that mishap with our front row. Kyle Martin, Larry Gaines, John Higgins, and David Lafano III are going to round out the top 5. We'll get set to go back to green flag running here and hopefully not see any more lap 1 shenanigans, I'll call them. We'll get it straightened out here and these guys will get rolling.
Yeah, I mean, you usually don't see that kind of thing happen at the start of these races. They'll calm down. That was just a little miscue. I expect some long green flag runs this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Pace truck's off and they'll get going here again. We'll probably see something a little different than that. Freak accident. I think they both ran out of room. But as they come down the backstretch, the 2x2, they'll get set to roll again on lap 5 as they come across the line here.
As they're about to go green, they just have to wait. Oh, and the leader's taken off. Patrick McQuaid is clear of second place, and he'll head off into turn 1 with about a car length gap.
McQuaid shot out like a cannon, gets in front of Kyle Martin, which probably worked out the best for everybody as they'll get rolling here.
Yeah, they're all just kind of, they saw what happened that first lap. They're like, let's not let this happen to us. Let's just kind of chill out, maybe not push it as much as we were planning on, and just figure out how to run this track.
Absolutely. McQuaid in that 77, he got on it. He meant business here. He got in front of the second place right quick and got to work right away. Highlighting here on the 19, John Higgins Jr., though, running a fast lap, or the fastest lap of the race thus far, 28:27. Highlighting up that purple screen as he's running 3rd right now. See if he can catch up to Kyle Martin and Patrick McQuaid running 1-2 side by side. Lap 7 here. Phoenix International. I keep calling it Phoenix International Raceway. I don't think they'd call it that anymore.
Don't believe so. But something you'll see at this track is in turn 1 and 2, you'll see plenty of lanes. You can run all 3 lanes. The top, you'll get the great runoff. Bottom, you'll get the entry to center speed. In the middle, you'll kind of get a mix of both. And then in 3 and 4, you'll head on in there and just try to wrap that yellow line and hope you can make it stick.
Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of different lines here, like you said, and especially coming down through that dog leg. You'll notice a lot of these cars might dive right to the bottom, take a hard left there after the start finish, and utilize a big portion of this track that you wouldn't expect otherwise. As John Higgins Jr. here puts his car all the way up to the lead in that 19. passes Patrick McQuaid and Kyle Martin. We weren't focused on it. Let's go back and see just how he got that lead. Looks like Kyle Martin is on the chase now. He's actually going to use the bottom side of that dog leg like we were just talking about to make that pass happen and take the lead there with that.
Yeah, for sure. You'll see a lot of that, but as the run goes on, that dog leg will get slick, and you could actually get sort of lose the rear grip, and get a little slideways.
Yeah, you definitely want to be careful diving down there. I've certainly lost it myself many times down in that dog leg. To the point where I just kind of sometimes don't even bother with it. So you'll see some drivers who don't even dive down there because of that. But we'll see how this race comes on and progresses through the night. It's gonna get slicker and slicker for sure, and you'll probably see a little less action down there as the race moves on. But Patrick McQuaid, Kyle Martin battling side by side here. The 99 Kyle Martin taking away second place from Patrick McQuaid here, has fallen back now to third.
Yeah, these guys are just kind of taking care of their tires right now, trying not to push it, because this track will absolutely destroy your tires as the run goes on.
Yeah, a long way to go here tonight. We're on lap 13 of 150. Taking a focus here now on second and third place as these guys battle it out. It's the 99 and 77 of Kyle Martin and Patrick McQuaid. A little bit of a gap back to fourth place in the 9 of Adam Angerstein. Sorry if that's wrong here. The 9. David Harra and David Laforno both 5th and 6th. Also a little farther back here from the front runners. But not too far back where they can't make something happen here. Staying within the arm's distance there of the leaders. But John Higgins Jr., currently our leader, starting to check out here just a little bit, about a second gap ahead of second place.
Yeah, the past few laps, they've been first and second have been running almost the exact same lap times. That time Kyle Martin was about 0.2 faster, but the previous laps before, there were only hundreds between.
As we roll lap 15 of 150, we'll go ahead and run through the field here. Early on in this race, John Higgins Jr. currently leading Syracuse, New York. Kyle Martin is in a very close second place here. He's up 3 spots from where he started in the 99 from Southington, Connecticut. And Patrick McQuaid is going to round out your top 3. Patrick's from Nelsonville, Ohio. Nelsonville, my apologies. Adam Angerstein, 4th place here, up 7 spots from where he started running this 9 Chevy. David Harra in 5th place, getting the pressure now from the 8 of David Lafarno right behind him as Chad Snyder makes a pass on Cameron Harris for 7th. And right behind him, they're bundled up here, back 7th on back. Cameron Harris in the 27 Toyota running 8th. Got Joshua Hetrick, who was involved in that early mess with Chad Snyder. Currently running 9th. Got some work to do to make up some ground. Nathan Christensen in the 16 running 10th. Larry Garnes in the 20 Chevy back here in 11th with Charlie the Hammer Dickey running 12th. Tyrone Yohe Jr. running 13th. And Braden Black off track right now. Currently scored in the 18th position out here in the desert. So just about lap 20 here of 150 for the All-American Racing League. Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. Tonight's race, the Project Dynamics 150. Currently, everyone's chasing John Higgins Jr., who's now got a 2-second gap over the 99 of Kyle Martin here early on. We saw some early, or real early, as in first lap mayhem with Chad Snyder and Joshua Hetrick, who have currently worked their way back up to 7th and 9th, so making up their ground. I believe they both probably burned a fast repair here on lap 2. It looks like, according to timing, they did, to make sure that they kept themselves in the hunt here. And they've got clean cars out here running.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't even call it first lap mayhem. I'd say it was more first corner mayhem. Like, they didn't even get to the first corner before they were already spinning.
Yeah, for sure. They had a little bit of an issue there, but
they've kept it clean the rest of the way. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, no doubt.
It just kind of looks like they're just picking through the field, trying to keep it as nice and tight as they can. Haven't really had any major issues for them.
No, and you said it early on, you know, they've got to start, at some point you got to just start getting laps under your belt, get a feel for your car. And it looks like they're doing that. They're just running laps here. We got a long way to go. They know that. They run an 80% fuels here, or fuel cell here. I should know this off the top of my head. I did my homework, but I believe they've got 4 sets of tires, so they've got to keep pit strategy in the back of their mind. You know, a lot to think about here as this race unfolds. And you know, need I remind you, we're in playoff racing here, so there's a lot of teams that have to be very smart the way they race this race.
Yeah, it's risk versus reward. Do you want to try to push it and try to get up front and win the race and lock yourself in? Or do you want to just be content where you're running and just have a solid points day and make sure you don't get caught up in any messes? As the 19 is about to pass, I believe, Tyrone Yohe for a lap. He was putting him a lap down.
Yeah, that's going to put Yohe 1 lap down in the 2 car. A little bit of back damage there on the 2 car. Wondering if he got into, you know, that first lap caution that came out. He may have got a little bump from some other drivers there, not of his own fault, so slowing him down a bit. Seems like he's just trying to hang on there till a caution comes out, or he can bring that car down and get some damage fixed up, grab one of those fast repairs.
Yeah, for sure. I believe we should start saying pit stops in about 40 or 50 laps. I'm not exactly sure, but that's, I believe, what a fuel run is here. Is about 60 or so laps.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out as we go. Taking a look here at the 15 of David Hara and David Lafarno, and the 8 right behind them. These are your points leaders right now. Running 4-5, currently 1-2 in points. They're trying to catch back up to the second place car of 77, Patrick McQuaid, who is in 3rd. So he's got the advantage right now. These two are racing it out on track. And then I'm taking a look at the points as we were running, and Snyder in that 26 car is actually in 4th place here, or coming into this race. And Joshua Hetrick further back, not in the running here for a championship, but Snyder was. Chad Snyder in that 26 car in that early mayhem is a playoff contender. So, and he's right on that 4. He's 4th in points right now, so right on that bubble. Not what you want to see coming into this race, but he's got a long way to go to, or not a long way to go, but he's got to fight pretty hard now to get back up into the running and stay in contention for this champion.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. He's running some of the fastest laps on track by almost 2/10 every lap. Here and there, the 19 of John Higgins will kind of match his lap, but other than that, he has really been one of the fastest cars out there.
Yeah, and and that's why he started on the front row. Had one of the fastest times. Deserved to be out there. Had an unfortunate start, but making his way back up through the field. He's currently sixth and fighting hard to get back up into the hopefully top three. Hopefully sit on the podium here when this thing's over. We'll see how it plays out. Currently, John Higgins Jr. is leading this bad boy with a 5-second gap now over the 9 of Adam Agerstein, who's made it past the 77 of Patrick McQuaid. Got back to third place now. Round out your top three as McQuaid trying to fight back here against Angerstein in the 9 car. The two Davids, Lafano and Hara, 4th and 5th. Just under a second behind them. We got some pit stops happening here. Charlie Hammer Dickey bringing that 37 Chevy down pit road. And so we also got David Hara and Chad Snyder coming in. Looks like a little bit of a shorter fuel window than we were thinking.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't know if it's fuel or if the tires have just worn off, but everybody seems to be hitting pit road.
Yeah, absolutely. Your top 4 or 5 still out there, but it looks like just about 7th, 8th on back decided to come in. Maybe not quite feeling the tires. Maybe seeing some drop off there. Pretty hot track out here this afternoon, but maybe we're not behind the wheel. We're not feeling how the cars feel. Possibly wishing for some new tires, get a fresh tank of fuel, and see how they get through the next fuel run. We did mention they run an 80% fuel cell, so a little less than they normally would in the Cup Series in real life. But I think they probably could have made it a little bit further, but we'll see how it plays out. Our top 3 is still out there. Let's see how long John Higgins Jr., Adam Angerstein, and Patrick McQuaid can run. Our top 3 on their initial fuel tank, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, what we could be seeing is just some guys trying to short pit and jump over the leader of John Higgins and try and get an advantage. Or maybe they might be able to make it from the end, from here, and they're trying to just stretch it.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. We've seen clean racing here on out after that first lap, and maybe they're thinking that this could go green the rest of the way and trying to get lined up for a 2-stop race. I think I'd be stretching it quite a bit, but we'll see how it goes as we run lap 38 of 150. Higgins Jr. still leading, and he was starting to really pull away. So maybe some of these teams starting to think, that we got to try something. We got to change something up a little bit. And, trying a little bit of a short pit here. Looks like 6th place on back, starting with Dave Hara, David Laforno, Chad Snyder, Larry Garnes, Carly the Hammer Dickey, Cameron Harris, Kyle Martin, Tyrone Yohe Jr., all coming in down the pit around lap 33 to 35. Caution's going to come out here.
That's going to trap everybody that was pitted a lap down.
Yeah, not sure exactly why the caution came out. I don't believe this had anything to do with it, but this is all the information I'm getting here from timing. Okay, we did have a little something there. Not exactly sure who that was, though.
I'm not necessarily sure either. Um, the 99 of Kyle Martin.
Looks like Kyle Martin sideways or facing the wrong direction here. Let's go ahead and back this up and see if we can keep it on the 99 and see just what happened. Not really getting very good information here from our timing and scoring. Looks like he coming out of the pits here and re-entering the track. Obviously got some cold tires here. Gonna meet up with the 9 of Adam Angerstein running third. Yeah, he's just down on that apron, getting real loose, coming out on cold tires. Seen it before, and did a really great job of not getting into it with the 9 there and keeping it off of that 9 car. Definitely could have ruined his day. My hat's off for that reason only. But man, yeah, that could have been worse. Unfortunate for the 99 of Kyle Martin coming out of the pits, cold tires, catching that apron a little too hard and got sideways there. We'll bring out the caution in lap 41 of 150. Let's go ahead and see if we can quickly grab the 19 here, race leader John Higgins. Hey John, it's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us?
Patrick, you didn't pit?
Sorry, man. I'll throw you back. See, this is one of the reasons I don't ever, every time I bring someone into the booth, it's just the wrong time. Mid-sentence with another driver and probably just bad timing always.
Yeah, it's all right. Maybe next caution we can bring him in and talk to him.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't mess up his juju too bad. I just wanted to give a shout out to our chat. Thank you, Lorfano, David Lorfano in the 8 Chevy, running 7th place. I must have mispronounced his name out there. We do monitor the chat, so thank you guys for watching tonight. Thank you for joining Esports Broadcast Network on a Tuesday night. Bringing you the All-American Racing League, the Project Dynamics 150. Brought to you by Topsail Trucking. It's the Truckers Feed America Cup Series. John Higgins Jr. currently scored the leader here. We're starting to pull away quite a bit. Caution flies. We get the wave around cars coming around. So John Higgins Jr., Patrick McQuaid, Adam Angerstein, our top 3. Nathan Christensen and Joshua Hetrick are going to round out your top 5. David Hara, David Lorfano, 6th and 7th. Chad Snyder and Larry Garnes are going to round out 8th and 9th, and our lead lap cars, 10th on back, are 1 lap down. Charlie Dickey, Cameron Harris, Tyrone Yohe Jr., and Kyle Martin, 10th through 13th.
As the 19 of
John Higgins Jr. brings us to the green flag. They spread out
sorry, I just
right
had a
away.
mind blank there.
No worries. Man, a lot of drivers, they really spread out there in that first corner. Saw 3 or 4 different lines, and I want to say it might have been the 9 there was almost sideways, or possibly even the 16 of Nathan Christensen, but held on to it as we are back green here, lap 44 of 150 at Phoenix. 3 races to go in the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Topsail Trucking Cup Series. 77 putting on the pressure of John Higgins Jr. in that 19, who had about a 5 or 6 second lead over these guys before that caution came out. Nathan Christensen, great sideways here as Joshua Hetrick. Oh, caution's going to fly. Tyrone Yohe Jr. getting into trouble here, as that was a mess there to begin with. He locked it up there. That started with Nathan Christensen getting sideways, everyone kind of stacking up quite a bit. Yeah, Yohi Jr. there in the 2 car gonna get some serious damage there on that one. See if we can get a different shot of how that unfolded. So right behind the 16 there.
It
Everyone.
might have looked like he might have just locked up the brakes and kind of went straight into the corner. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he locked them up, but I believe it had a lot to do with what was happening up in front of him with the 16 getting sideways, and everyone kind of had to check up there to avoid running into each other, and then the 2 locked them up. So caution will come back out here as we're running lap 47 here. Everyone came down pit lane around lap 40, so I think everyone will stay out unless they got some damage there and want to come in and get that fixed up. So let's see if we can get John Higgins Jr. back in. Current race leader. Currently first in the 19. John, it's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us? Hey, John, it's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us? All right. Well, unfortunate. Not able to hear our race leader, John Higgins. Not sure if he had a microphone issue or if we were having some issues there, but unable to hear him. We won't try another driver. I'm 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Third time's the charm.
We'll give it some time. If the caution flies again, we'll try one more time. Maybe this time we'll get a different perspective, maybe second place or maybe one of our current points leaders. But that's been my experience, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for not being able to talk to our drivers here yet tonight. We'll get it straightened out. Hopefully we'll hear from them. I guarantee you we'll hear from our top 3 when the race comes to an end, so don't go anywhere when we're done. We'll talk to our podium drivers, and hopefully we'll have better luck then. Do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out here tonight. For those of you watching live, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on bell notifications if you want to not miss any more action from the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. Tonight's race, of course, the Project Dynamics 150. We'll be bringing you their final 3 races here as the pace truck dives off. Green flag will fly momentarily, but 3 races to go in their series. We are deep in their playoffs. 2 races and then a little 1-week break, and they go into their championship. Top 6 here have a chance. After the next 2 races, we'll cut down to 4, and our top 4 will go into the championship race. But here we come out of turn 4. John Higgins Jr., Patrick McQuaid going to take us to the green this time. Flagman waves that green, and the 19 will get a good start here. He'll dive down into that dog leg, and the 77 will keep it up above the apron, above that yellow line. Will fall into second. Adam Angerstein will start and roll off third here, up 8 spots from where he started initially.
Yeah, he's really just been methodically making his way through the field, and he could be up in battling for that lead right quick.
Yeah, he's got a fast car, worked his way through the field, currently sitting third. He's got fresh tires. He's right there with the leaders. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see if he's got anything for these guys up in the lead. Take a look at the points coming into this race. Adam looks like he was back there pretty deep in the points, but on the scoreboard at least. So, made a good season for himself. Let's see if he can hold on to where he is. Currently now sitting 5th as he drops back a couple spots. But all eyes currently on John Higgins Jr. here running first. We saw him and Patrick McQuaid recently start this last restart. Patrick McQuaid, of course, sitting second now. We saw him get a really good jump on the second restart, or the first restart, I should say. And was kind of expecting him to get a good start here, but he falls into second. David Hara currently sitting third, himself and David Lorfano, as Lorfano actually makes a pass on Hara to take third spot away. These two are your current points leaders, and sitting third and fourth on the racetrack now as they run. David Hara, of course, in that 15, dropping back to fourth. Adam Angerstein, as we spoke about, finds himself back to fifth. That'll round out your top 5 currently as we run lap 55 of 150 here at the Project Dynamics 150 for the All-American Racing League. Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. We're about a third of the way through this race. Joseph, why don't we go ahead and take a moment here to let the folks at home turn it up. We'll take a break from yapping into our microphones and let you guys at home enjoy the sounds of the race. Don't go away, and we'll be right back. Turn It Up segment here, brought to you by Esports Broadcasting Network. We're back here with the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Cup Series, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. Got our eyes here on John Higgins Jr. in the 19 car, currently leading. We saw him earlier in this race pull out to a 5 or 6 second gap over second place. Not able to do that this time around as Patrick McQuaid, David Lorfano holding second and third, and keeping right there with John Higgins in that 19 machine this green flag stint. So we got some action on the racetrack. We got some pressure on the leader as we're nearing halfway, not quite there yet, but we've seen some action throughout the night here already. And things are really getting excited here mid-pack. We're looking at Joshua Hetrick. It's got David Hara and Chad Snyder right there with them. Hetrick and Snyder in that early wreck now work their way back up into the top 10. And Hetrick working now up into the top 5. So these guys mean business, looking to reclaim their spots up front with these fast cars. I think they've got something for John Higgins Jr. up there in the lead. Oh, 15 and the 26 going to get together there. Hara and Snyder touch a little bit. No harm, no foul. They'll keep rolling.
Man, that could have been bad
It
right there.
really could have. Cameron Harrison at 27 got a bird's eye view of that. He's currently running our title sponsor Project Dynamics car. Saw them touch and they were able to keep off of each other and not cause a big wreck there. Oh, but here we go.
Oh,
26
and he
gonna.
just overcorrected.
Yeah, he overcorrected and went straight up into the wall. Chad Snyder did. Had to lock him up, and there was nothing he could do. That car sailed directly across the field here. Take another look, see what happened. So right there, they touch and get sideways. Let's bring that back just a little bit further. As they were close, they were racing hard earlier than this. They almost wrecked, half a lap ago. You got Snyder and David Hara touch right here. They both are going to get sideways.
Yeah, that just looked like their two ends met. One was coming down, one was coming up, and, well, you just can't make contact like that sometimes, and sometimes you can.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
mean, Snyder, I thought he locked
that
him
was
up.
a hard hit. And
Looked like he might have had some brake failure and just couldn't even stop that car because it looked like he was rolling, no brake pressure at all. And came across the number 20, Larry Garnes, who gets turned around there. Unfortunate for Larry. Really had nothing to do there, just an innocent bystander.
yeah, he really didn't have that much damage there. I'm not sure what happened until he was fine until corrected, and it just destroyed his car.
Well, the good news here for these drivers, they do have a couple of fast repairs at their disposal. Most of them still had them to use,
That
especially
should
Larry
be
Garnes.
Snyder's second, I believe, as he was caught up in that first track.
Yeah, Snyder, one of the outliers there, probably used at least one already. Looks like his car is all right, though. He might have just used his second right there.
Yeah, I believe so.
So Patrick McQuaid currently scored our leader in front of John Higgins Jr., assuming he was in front of him when the caution came out. He'll start, it looks, I believe, on the top side, but we'll wait to see when they get one to go which side he ends up on. He's actually scored the leader, so he'll probably get that bottom side, but it looks like the 99 is still out there. Oh, he's a lap down. Kyle Martin. Yeah, Martin scored one lap down. Looked like he's going to opt for the wave around here. And get one of his laps back.
Yeah, they didn't have that many laps on their tires, so I don't think it's that big of a deal to stay out and get that wave around.
Yeah, you would be right. Actually, it looks like Kyle Martin was last on pit road on lap 39. Leaders were on pit road lap 65, so he does have a bit older tires, but I think it's still a good call to get the wave around here. He might have time to bring it down. Actually, the lights are off on that truck, so they will go green next time by. But maybe Kyle Martin here opting to get that lap back and just wait out pit road for another caution. See how his strategy plays out. But he'll be back on the lead lap, I believe. But he's got about 20 lap older tires than the rest of the field. So he's going to struggle out there, but probably hoping for another quick caution.
I believe he was actually 2 laps down there.
Yeah, you're probably right there. Well, Patrick McQuaid, John Higgins Jr., side by side. The 77's got the inside advantage. We've seen him shoot out of a cannon on the green flag earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. We saw Patrick McQuaid be dominant for most of this race already. The 77 shoots out, 19 in tow. Joshua Hetrick in that 25 now reintroducing himself into the top row. We got a caution again. Wrecking back here in the field. Like Lorfano, one of our top runners here, actually coming into this race second in points. Getting into some trouble. Let's see if we can go back and see just what happened. Like Charlie, the Hammer Dickey, having a little bit of an issue as well. The 8 of Lorfano is already sideways there. Let's back it up just a little bit more. See just why. Looks like he might have come down on the...
No, that was just sort of what we saw earlier in today between Hetrick and I believe it would have been Chad Snyder on that first lap incident. It kind of looked like it was the same thing. The banking really decreases right there dramatically, and it'll really make you lose track of where you are on the track.
I apologize. I had to mute there and sneeze. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was very similar to what we saw earlier. Tough break for Lorfano. Like I said, coming into this race was top 2. That's going to let the David Hara get away and double points here. McQuaid now leading right now in the 77. He's gonna pull away from he got the opportunity now to pull away from Lorfano if this is the way this race plays out. So tough break for David, but Patrick McQuaid is loving what he's hearing on the radio. Currently leading and hearing some struggles for some of the top contenders here in this playoff run.
Yeah, these guys have had a tough time for these guys in the playoffs. It's kind of been all these wrecks have kind of collected almost all the playoff drivers so far. Just a few have stood out, not getting caught up in those wrecks. But these guys just have to calm down, get themselves together, and just say, hey, we have over half the race left. Let's just get it to lap 125, 130. Then we can start thinking about racing like this.
Absolutely. As you said, we're just about coming to halfway. You got the first half out of the way. Had a few cautions. Definitely got to take some breathers out there. Settle down. And make it to the end here. Don't want to. You've possibly used up some of your fast repairs, if not both. Got half of this race left. Gotta, especially if you use these fast repairs, you've got to be smart now. You got to be there at the end if you want to have a chance at it, and don't want to get involved with some more damage that's going to either take you out of this race or just slow you down to a point where you're a non-contender. But for guys like, David, Hara, and Lorfano, who are up here in the top 4 and trying to stay there, they've got to race smart here. Don't want to fall out of this thing before you're locked in. Pace truck will dive off, and we'll go back to green flag racing here at lap 74 of 150. The Project Dynamics 150, the All-American Racing League. Tonight's brought to you by Topsail Trucking and Project Dynamics. Truckers Feed America Cup Series. 3 races left in their season. This is their playoffs, and these guys are racing hard. Patrick McQuaid, Joshua Hetrick going to take us back to the green. We saw Hetrick in the front row to start this race. Get into some trouble early on, but he's kept his car clean since. Currently back up here in the top 3, contending for a win possibly.
Oh, he turned him.
The 19 turns the 77 of McQuaid and actually blinked out there for a second, so I'm wondering if any of that had anything to do with some net code or what.
But
But
he got some new names up front.
he saved that regardless, and the Patrick McQuaid saves that. He finds himself in 5th, but Hetrick and Cameron Harris now, as you said, new names up front. Okay, we're gonna keep going here.
Well, we've had some crazy restarts that we might not have seen if it were how the layout was on iRacing just a couple months ago, where that start finish line was on the backstretch what it is now.
Yeah, without a doubt, and McQuaid saves that thing. I want to see if I can go back real quick and find that save again. This is definitely not it. Oh, it was. McQuaid doing a hell of a job saving that thing. Caution will fly now, though. Like John Higgins and possibly David Hara.
Oh no, John Higgins had absolutely dominated that race before that happened.
Yeah, and it looked like Higgins possibly just catching that apron and getting loose here. Or at least coming up a little bit into the 15. The 15 of David Hara possibly coming down a bit as well.
Well, this changes everything.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm trying to get a little bit of a better view here of what happened.
Looked like he might have flowed up just a little bit. Looked like he was chasing the rear of that car. It just slid up into the car of David Hara in that number 15 Chevrolet, and they just both went around.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Higgins Jr. as we were talking about. Well, unfortunate for both of them. David Hara as well. Hara up in the top 4 in points. But the 19 of John Higgins Jr. possibly had the car to beat here tonight. So unfortunate for him. We'll see if he can get that car fixed up. They do, like we said, have some fast repairs here. I don't think Higgins was in any trouble up to now. So definitely has at least a fast repair to use. He'll get that car fixed up and fight his way back to the front. But our current leader, Joshua Hetrick, back up front here in first. He led the field to green, had some trouble alongside Chad Snyder, who sits 5th. So he finds his way back up to the front here in that 25 Chevy. Cameron Harris is going to roll 2nd in the 27 Toyota here. Running that Project Dynamics car, finds himself in 2nd place. Adam Engerstein running the number 9 Chevy, up 8 spots from where he started. Currently our hardest charger or biggest mover of the race, up to 3rd place. Sits in front of the 77 of Patrick McQuaid, who saved that car amazingly and finds himself in 4th. He has a definite fast car, definite front runner. He will find himself fighting to get back up to the front. Chad Snyder running 5th right now in this 26 machine. We saw Chad and Joshua Hetrick, our current leader, get involved in a little mishap on turn 1, I believe it was, of lap 1. Both really fast cars. 5th place here. Chad Snyder is going to try to make his way up to the front. David Lofano the 3rd, sitting 6th place in the 8 machine. Currently in the top 4 in points, trying to keep it that way. Larry Garnes in the 20, running 7th. David Harris running 8th. Behind him, we got John Higgins Jr. in 9th, finding himself in some trouble after dominating this race. Charlie Dickey in the 37, currently rounding out your top 10. Nathan Christensen 11th. Kyle Martin is going to run 12th. And that will do it for our lead lap cars. Tyrone Yohe Jr. and Braden Black both off track here, 13th and 14th.
Yeah, as the pace car pulls in to the pit lane, I believe he should be this time by, and he does. The leader will be the 25 Joshua Hetrick, and second is Cameron Harris as they roll into the restart zone. It looks like the 25 of Joshua Hetrick might have a little front end damage there. Not sure if that'll affect his car or not. But as they head into turn 3, we should be seeing the green flag real shortly.
Cameron Harris here in the 27, sitting second. As the green flag flies here, Hetrick gets a good start, but that 27 car, he's right on the bubble here, sitting 5th. Next race we cut down to 4 drivers eligible for the championship, and Harris, sitting 5th place, he's really got to work hard to get in front of that cutoff line, and he's doing a great job. Currently 2nd place, doing everything he has to here tonight at Phoenix. If he can keep that car clean and really just get a good top 3 finish, that's gonna do a world of help for him in his run. As we've got guys like Chad Snyder having a little bit of trouble. He's running 5th. He's at that bubble as well. John Higgins Jr., who currently now sits in 8th. We saw him leading this thing, but he's sitting 6th place coming into this race. So him having trouble and Harris running 2nd, it's really going to spread them out a little bit if this were to finish the way it looks right now. Obviously, we've got a good amount of race to go. We'll see how it plays out, but the 77 making a big run there, jumping down to the bottom to pass the 27 of Harris for 2nd place.
For sure, yeah. He just absolutely shot out of the rocket in turn 2. Got a good run into turn 3 and just passed him. Like, there was no doubt about it. He was going to be clear out of that corner.
That 77's been hooked up all race long. He's had a fast machine, and it shows being able to pull out a line there, make that pass, made it look easy. Now sets a sight on that 25 of Joshua Hetrick. Closing that gap now down to 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, as I said earlier, you can really run every lane in this track through 1 and 2. And that's basically what the 77 of Patrick McQuaid is doing. He's getting that low entry, floating it up to the middle, and then arcing it back down to the bottom to get a good run off.
He's letting that car come to him and letting that car tell him where to run it. Able to let it sail up just a little bit, let those tires get gripped up and hooked up, and get a real good push off the corner. Joshua Hetrick currently leading, though. He's not letting that gap get very large, but keeping it pretty stable. I say that now, but the 77 is already up on the bumper there of Hetrick. They're going back and forth. Hetrick pulls away a little bit. Patrick McQuaid catches back up a little bit. Meanwhile, Cameron Harris in that 27 running 3rd in the Project Dynamics car. Hoping to get a decent finish here and stay above the cutoff line after next race.
Yeah, for sure. These guys are points racing. As we said, they are in the playoffs. But you also just want to have a good day. Like, maybe not even a win. Just a top 5 for some of these guys will be a great finish. And Our biggest mover of the race is 7 spots up, and Adam Angerstein. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but as we got a battle for the lead here.
Yeah, new leader here, Patrick McQuaid, reassumes that top spot in that 77 car. Joshua Hetrick falls back to second, but he's not going to hang there long as he's going to fight back for this lead. But I was going to say before this pass for the lead happened, you know, we're talking about just getting a decent finish here, and I decided to go take a look at the schedule because where we go next week makes a big difference on where, you know, my mind state, at least for this race. You know, Phoenix, and then we go to Martinsville next week, and I feel like I'd rather get a really solid finish, if not a win here at Phoenix heading into Martinsville, because we know how tough Martinsville can be. You know, we don't know these guys, we don't know this league very well, we're just picking them up, but you know, maybe they're great at short track racing, but in my experience, Martinsville's a tough track, and I think I had almost three wide there for third place. But I think I'd rather feel very comfortable going into Martinsville with a really good finish here at Phoenix.
Oh yeah, for sure. Martinsville is one of the most treacherous tracks on the service, with just how tight the track is. It's not very wide, it's not very long, it's just so compact. It's just, if you're near somebody, it's really hard to keep it off of them.
Absolutely. That 9 though of Adam Angerstein here pulls down way down on that dog leg to make a pass. I think he might have passed 2 cars there to pull up to second place. Now up 9 spots from where he started this race. Got a real fast hot rod right here and try to close that gap on Patrick McQuaid, who's also got a fast car. Look for these two to be there at the end as we're starting to tick off laps. We talked about these guys getting settled in and really just starting to put laps under their belt. They've done that. They definitely know what their cars are capable of at this point. They've mostly, settled on the strategies they're gonna run. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty, I guess, is what I'm getting at. What we're gonna see now is some of these drivers are gonna start to push it. You know, we're in the last leg one of the last legs of this race, and some of these drivers are gonna start to feel the pressure here to make up some spots before this one's over.
Yeah, I mean, there's still over 50 laps left in this race. You still have 1 pit stop. We were starting to see people pit about lap 44 to 50 that last run. We're about 10 laps away from that mark. So we'll see if they try to stretch it long this time, or if they try to short pit and jump over some guys.
Yeah, excellent point there, and a reminder, of course, that we do have to make one more pit stop here to make it to the end. As we're running lap 97, it'll be 98 as we cross the line of 150 of the Project Dynamics 150. This is the Cup Series brought to you by Topsail Trucking, the Truckers Feed America Cup Series to be specific. You're watching the All-American Racing League here on Esports Broadcasting Network. If you're enjoying the show and want to be sure to catch all the action here for the All-American Racing League, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. You'll get a ping every time these guys go live. We also have plenty of other racing action throughout the week on our Esports Broadcasting Network and our Sim Racing Media Network on Facebook. Be sure to check them out. We get down to about 50 to go.
This battle for the lead is getting interesting. We could throw these 3 cars under a blanket.
Absolutely, that Cameron Harris in that 27 machine running the Project Dynamics car. He wants to get that car up into the front spot. Wants to make sure that his sponsorships getting the coverage they need. They deserve. You know, paying for this race and now fighting. Well, he's in the top 3 already. Fighting against that 9 of Adam Angerstein. Wants to put that car up. He's got at least a podium right now as they run, but wants to stay up there for a possible chance at the win here. To bring the Project Dynamics car to victory lane, and the Project Dynamics 150 would be something else. And you know, most of these drivers' main goal to get these sponsorships, you know, their sponsorships on their cars out there, and get some coverage, and there's no better way to do it than winning the race.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he just saw the 9 try making a move on our leader of Patrick McQuaid, and the 9 kind of lost momentum on exit, and then he tried to make a pass on Angerstein, and now there are 4 cars in this top pack just because of that minor checkup.
Yeah, David Lorfano the third made his way back up after some trouble not too long ago. Worked his way up back now to 4th place. We talked about him earlier as the top 2. The 2 Davids here, Hara back in 9th and Lorfano in 4th now, are the top 2 coming into the point, or coming into this race, I should say, in points. And I'm starting to see why he's top 2 in points. You know, he's got a fast car. He's a fast driver, able to make his way up back to 4th and overcome some adversity here early. Actually, not even really all that early. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are just trying to see what their cars are doing. They got a fairly good taste of what it's doing because we've already gone 104 laps here. But there are a couple things you can find out, like, now that I know what the handling of the car is going to be like, let's try to experiment with what kind of line I should run. And we've seen that with the 9 of Adam Angerstein, because early in the day, he was running from about 6th to 7th. He learned from the guys in front of him, and now he's all the way up into the lead.
Angerstein in that 9, up 10 spots now. Top move of the race, also our current race leader. About a half-second gap on Patrick McQuaid. Hoping to hold him off here for the rest of the race. We'll see if he can get it done. Cameron Harris running 3rd, but sniffing the inside line there. Possibly lining up a pass here on Patrick McQuaid.
Back up that corner out on the entry, and then get the run off exit. That looked like what he was trying to do, and he's going to make a look towards the inside and 1 and 2, and can't make it stick.
And I'm not able to get it done here. Lorfano in that 4th position. Chad Snyder in the 26, holding on to 5th place. We left Kyle Martin in that 99 up to 6th, back up after some early trouble. Having a decent run here towards the end of this race. John Higgins Jr. here, dominant real early. Running out here without a front clip right now, holding on to 7th place. He's in the running for the championship and wants to make sure that he stays within a range here to keep himself in the top 4. But having a tough go at it late in this race.
Don't look now, but it looks like we're starting to get some pit stops as the 25 of Joshua Hetrick hit pit road that last time by.
Our 25 cars bringing it down. Going to be the last stop of the race for him.
They're right on the edge of where they can make it, so he's probably trying to shortcut it here, try to jump ahead of some of these guys up front, and hope they don't get a caution.
Patrick McQuaid.
We just saw the 9 of Adam Engerstein in the lead, and now Patrick McQuaid's up there in the lead.
Yeah, they're shuffling around up front. The 9 looks like he actually got some right side damage there, possibly brushing the wall. He'll let the 77 get by, and Cameron Harris in that 27 Project Dynamics car is now actually working that inside line. I think the 9's having a little bit of trouble here with possible damage here to the car, slowing him down a bit. He's gonna fall back now to third place here in another lap. Or not even. There it goes.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure, but it definitely looks like that right side definitely got some contact to the wall. So that's probably why he fell back. But now the 27 of Cameron Harris has to put his sights on the leader of Patrick McQuaid and try to run him back down.
Yeah, we've seen McQuaid in that 77 car fast all night long. Was contending for the lead earlier. Back up here now, leading against Cameron Harris and Lorfano Adam Engerstein, third and fourth. Lorfano now taking third place. Got a real fast car, working his way back up towards the front. He's got time. I'd be worried about this 8 car right here.
Yeah. Oh, we got a caution. It looks like it might have been involving David Hurrah.
Absolutely here. Hurrah, Nathan Christensen getting by. See if we can decipher what happened here. Like Hurrah getting a little help here from the 37 of Charlie the Hammer Dickey. Charlie was way down in that apron. Hurrah just outside of him. Looks like the 37 car slid up just a bit into the 15.
I'm not sure. I believe the 19 of David Hurrah might have been trying to get to pit road, as we saw 2 or 3 guys that lap hit pit road.
All right, well, our live feed is going to get stuck here on... Great. Well, apologies for that quick glitch in the matrix there. We'll get back up front with Patrick McQuaid in the 77. Everybody here, wholesale pit stops. Looks like our top 10 will come down. Patrick McQuaid, David Lorfano, Chad Snyder, Larry Garnes, Cameron Harris is going to come down, Nathan Christensen, Adam Engerstein, Kyle Martin. Just about everybody coming down. David Harrah, John Higgins, Joshua Hetrick still out on track. See here how this plays out. I don't know if John Higgins Jr. is just staying out here for track position. He was last on pit road lap 113, so only 3 laps ago. I think he's gonna stay out here. I think he's gonna opt for this track position, get his car back out front. He doesn't have a front clip. I'm not sure if he knows that or not. But I guess it's not making much of a difference here for his car.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't take the 19, didn't take a fast repair. Because he still has that nose gone. I'm not sure if he accidentally used them all at the start of the race. That definitely can happen, but we'll see how that works out for him.
Without a doubt, I mean, he's still scored 10th. And by the changes. But currently, he's out in front of the leaders. Yeah, okay. I was expecting them to possibly take the waiver out. John Higgins Jr. and Joshua Hetrick. So that will leave Patrick McQuaid, David Lorfano 1-2. Lorfano, of course, top 2 coming into the
Pace truck is off. And these cars are just anxiously awaiting the restart zone. Patrick McQuaid on the inside, David Orfano on the outside. They'll pull into this restart zone here, and he is off and away as he'll take the green flag once again. We already got a caution.
Larry Garn's in trouble. I'm gonna assume having some trouble getting through the gears here. We'll look back and see if we can't find what happened. Yeah, had trouble getting through the gears. Looks like he spun the tires a little bit, possibly misshifted. So easy to do here. Sim racing, I've done it 100 times myself. I was keeping my eyes though on the 27 of Cameron Harris on that restart because he looked like he was ready to just get at it, and he did. Got a good jump on that restart and pulled himself up to second place now. If I were the other drivers, I'd be a little worried about this 27 car. I think he's got some motivation here to get his car in victory lane, being the title sponsor of the race, having that sponsorship on his car. And he's just hungry here. We got 30 to go, a little under 30 to go, and he wants to put that car in victory. I can feel it.
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys want to put it on in victory lane.
No doubt
there. But it just depends on if they got the car to do it most of the time.
Well, I've been keeping my eye on this 27 quietly. Maybe not quietly, I don't know. And every chance he gets, he's taking risks. He's out there. He's got something for him. I don't know if he's got enough for McQuaid. I mean, we've seen Patrick McQuaid up and down through this field already tonight a couple times, and now sitting in front. We've seen him get really good restarts. So if Cameron Harris in that 27 wants to make anything happen here, he's gonna have to beat Patrick. I think that the 27 and the 77 here are going to be the two to beat here at the end. But this is my first race watching these guys, and our first race carrying these guys on ESPN. So we don't know too much about who's fast and who's not here. Obviously, I know the top runners in the points are obviously fast. Harrell, Orfano, McQuaid, Snyder, Cameron Harris, and John Higgins Jr. the top 6 here. We know those guys are fast. They've obviously been fast all season long. But just judging by the way this race is playing out, my eyes are on the 27 of Cameron Harris and David Lorfano. One of these two guys are gonna boil the race for Patrick McQuaid. This is obviously me just speculating and calling out what I think's gonna happen. But we'll see. Patrick McQuaid is a hell of a race car driver apparently. able to get that car back up to the lead. And let's see what he's got here for this top three, and see if he can hold off a hard charging Cameron Harris and hungry David Lafano.
You keep talking about all these guys up in the top 3 and stuff. If that 9 of Adam Angerstein got his car repaired, which it looks like he did, he could be a force to be reckoned with. As he drove through that field last time until he got the damage, maybe this time he'll keep it out of the wall, and he could really be one of the guys to beat.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We did see him lead a few as well, get his way up to the front. You got a point there. Oh. Let's see if Adam Angerstein can make his way back up 5 spots to the lead and come run with these top runners. We're gonna be going green here this next time by, and we're at lap 124 of 150. So this is that 25 lap run that you were talking about here. Is the green flag will fly. These guys will run right by that cactus. Patrick McQuaid will take him across the line. Cameron Harris, David Lafano, second and third. Let's see which one of these drivers. Oh, a little bit of trouble there. We saw. Oh, I couldn't catch that fast enough there on the cameras. Someone was sideways there and saved it. We'll stay green here.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was. But we got a battle for the lead right here. The 27 of Cameron Harris is just kind of patiently waiting, hoping for a mistake from the 77 of Patrick McQuaid. He's gonna kind of give a higher entry than what McQuaid is running, trying to get the exit off better. But they kind of break even down this front straightaway.
But don't count out David Lorfano, sitting almost silently, patiently waiting here in third position, watching these two battle it out. Patrick McQuaid and Cameron Harris, 1-2. 25 laps to go. These guys are neck and neck, running their cars to the limit, while David Lorfano is just kind of hanging out third place, waiting to see how things play out. Very comfortable coming into this thing, top 2 in points. Able to just kind of ride out here the last 24 laps, hoping that McQuaid and Harris make some type of mistakes and he can capitalize on that and possibly eke out a win here without too much harm, too much foul. We'll see what happens though. He's sitting third, Kyle Martin fourth, Adam Angerstein sitting in fifth. That's your guy right there. Let's see if he can claw his way up a couple more spots here. Let's see if he's got something for these guys at the end.
Well, I think he was sort of mixed up in that restart mess, but he'll have to slowly claw his way back, because he has about, I don't know, a 2.5 second gap to the leader. But if he can run consistent laps like he was earlier before he hit the wall, he could really catch the leaders fast.
Yeah, he's behind Kyle Martin, about a second back from the 99 here. Both of them about a second behind David Lorfano, sitting in third. And then it's just a car length ahead to Cameron Harris and Patrick McQuaid. McQuaid, our current leader, he's got the 27 hot on his tail and doing everything he can to keep him behind there, but it is definitely taking everything he's got for the 77 to keep that 27 Cameron Harris Toyota behind him.
Well, yeah, it seems like to me that McQuaid has more of a shorter run car, and then these guys start closing back in on him after about 10-15 laps.
Cameron Harris making a pass for the lead with 20 to go. They're side by side coming down the back stretch. The 77 has the advantage getting into the corner, but the 27's got that inside line, the shorter way of the round. They'll go side by side across the line. Harris is going to dive down to the inside of that dog leg and come out with the lead here. And put about a
Well, you said it. He has a really fast car, and he just cleared what was thought to be one of the best cars all day.
Yeah, he had that grip and was able to pull that car down that dog leg and get that advantage. And put that car ahead of that 77. Now that he's up there, he's got that clean air, and I think he can kind of, I don't want to say relax, but kind of ease off a little bit and just run his line without pushing the car too much. And I think that's going to be the downfall for the 77 and the 8 of David Lorfano, who are going to have to work really hard to push their cars and catch up to the 27, where the 27 is going to be able to just ease it in there. So we'll see how this plays out. We got 17 to go of the Project Dynamics 150, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. This is the Truckers Feed America Cup Series, the All-American Racing League, brought to you here, as we said, at Topsail Trucking, and on Esports Broadcasting Network. We throw up some graphics there of some drivers, sponsors. Faded TV, one of them. We want to give a shout out to Faded TV, who was covering the All-American Racing League, I believe. He just recently had a new baby, so shout out there. Hopefully all went well with that. We were actually hoping to get him in the booth here tonight. Maybe we can before the season's over. Brought the All-American Racing League through their current season. Currently, Cameron Harris, all eyes are on him in the Project Dynamics car. I told you he was going to try to put that car up there in that front row, and there he is running the top spot here. Going to try to put that car in victory lane for his Project Dynamics sponsors. We got 15 to go. Patrick McQueen and David Lorfano III pushing to hopefully catch up to this 27 car, but so far he's got the one. He's in the point, the one to beat. Adam Angerstein currently holding on to 4th, and Kyle Martin will round out your top 5. You got John Higgins Jr., David Harrod, Nathan Christensen, Chad Snyder, and Joshua Hetrick claiming the top 10 spots here.
I think if Lorfano can get clear of Patrick McQuaid, I think he has a real shot of at least running down Cameron Harris for that lead position.
Yeah, might be holding back there to let his car cool down, let his tires cool off, and make a run here with just under 13 here. As we cross the line, we'll have 12 to go, possibly lining up a run against the 27. But I think he's going to have some trouble hanging on to second place with David Lorfano right behind him. From what I understand, Lorfano very fast, really good driver, and you know his current second place coming into the points here tonight would prove that. So he's going to try to make a pass here on the 77, who's been struggling here to stay up front, I believe. Possible having that 77 car fade away a little bit. But here we go. About 10 to go here. The Project Dynamics 150. Cameron Harris taking his Project Dynamics car to the lead and hoping to hang on to this top spot and bring his Project Dynamics car to victory lane. Stay tuned at the end. We will definitely get our top 3 drivers in the booth, get their point of view. I do apologize for trying to get some caution interviews in, but failing miserably for whichever reason. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any perspectives from these drivers during the race. But we'll definitely talk to these top 3 guys when this one comes to an end. Stay tuned for that. We'll see if Cameron Harris can hang on and keep Patrick McQuaid and David Lorfano at bay. Let's go ahead and take a quick run through the field and see just where your favorite driver is, as we are in 9 to go. Cameron Harris leading, Patrick McQuaid second, David Lorfano the third. We talked about them extensively. Adam Angerstein worked his way to the lead. Back then, get a little bit, worked his way back up to fourth now. John Higgins Jr., we saw him be dominant all race long, currently top 5. Kyle Martin in that 99 rolling 6th place right now as we got 8 to go. David Hara running 7th in that 15 Chevy. Chad Snyder, early trouble, worked his way back up through the field, currently now 8th. Nathan Christensen in the 16 machine running 9th, and Joshua Hetrick's going to be our top 10. Larry Garnes in that 20, going to hold on to the 11th place position right now. Charlie the Hammer Dickey, 1 lap down. Tyrone Yohe Jr. and Braden Black both off track as we run 7 to go. It's all the Cameron Harris show as we are about to get down to the nitty gritty.
As you were running through the field, I've just been watching the lap times, and McQuaid's starting to make a little bit of a push again. Not necessarily sure if he was just saving his tires or what, but
Yeah, you're right.
it was about 7/10 when you went through it. Now he's back to 5/10.
Started to pull away a little bit from David Lorfano in 3rd place and put a little bit of gap on him. And yeah, you know, we're seeing him pull away from 3rd and possibly catch 1st position here. But I'm afraid he might have run out of time here. You know, we've got 5 to go, but he's back almost a second behind the leader. And I just don't think, it doesn't feel like he's close enough to get anything done. Then again, I broadcast, you know, I'm not necessarily a great race car driver, so maybe Patrick McQuaid has got something in his back pocket that I don't know about. But we will see as we are 4 to go as we cross the line. Cameron Harris currently leading in front of Patrick McQuaid and David Lorfano. Both trying to make up some ground here, running some pretty fast laps. Both, well, 2nd place was quicker last time by than the leader. David Lorfano slower than 2nd place, so he's fallen back a little bit. But McQuaid is trying to mount up a run here, as you said, trying to catch that 27, possibly have something for him here at the end. But I think with 3 to go, he might have missed his opportunity here.
Yeah, unless we get something crazy like a caution or something. I think this is Cameron Harris's race to win.
Or lose.
Well,
He's
that's
just gotta hold on, you know. I mean, one slip up of the rear tires, and that Patrick McQuaid in that 77 is ready to take advantage of that. Obviously, if you're Cameron Harris and you're the leader, you're gonna take it nice and easy. As we actually see him run that top line, trying to sail it in. But he's gonna have some lap traffic here to deal with. Something we haven't seen yet become a factor. But that 37 of Charlie Dickey is going to get right up out of the way, so not going to cause too much interference. But the 77 now, Patrick McQuaid, is within 0.3 of a second on the final lap here of the Project Dynamics 150.
He really sent it in deep there.
Yeah, he's up. McQuaid's up to the back bumper of Harris. Harris is just trying to hold on here now and sail it in without making any mistakes.
Well, he might have a chance right here. He just couldn't get in the gas quick enough. But
Cameron
man,
Harris.
that was exciting.
Patrick McQuaid gave it all he got there at the end. Harris able to hold him off. Lorfano's going to cross 3rd in the unofficial results of the Truckers Feed America Cup Series Project Dynamics 150, brought to you by Topsail Trucking. Cameron Harris going to take that 27 to victory lane. Patrick McQuaid's going to come across 2nd. Lorfano 3rd. Angerstein makes his way up to 4th, and Higgins is going to round out your top 5. Cameron Harris is going to burn him down right here. Stay tuned. We will get our top 3 drivers in the booth. Get their perspective of what just transpired there on the racetrack. Hey, David, it's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us?
Hey, I got you.
Hey, man, congrats on your P3. Not a win, but coming into here, top 2 in points, finishing third. You got to feel pretty comfortable there. My question for you is about next week. How do you feel running into Martinsville after such a solid run here at?
Yeah, I like Martinsville. Well, I'm starting to like Martinsville. It's not as bad as it used to be for me, but I feel somewhat confident going in there. I just wanted a good run here tonight, stay at the top near the top of the points, and make it easier on myself in case things go wrong next week at Martinsville, which can go wrong very easily. So, but yeah, tonight didn't go exactly how I wanted, but made the best of it, and I'll take a P3 all day.
Yeah, for sure. You had some adversity to deal with today, but you made short work of it, crossing the line in third place. So congrats on that. Like I said, Martinsville, I'm happy to hear that you're a fan of it. I'm looking forward to it. You guys put on a great show here tonight. And we're looking forward to Martinsville and seeing what the rest of your crew here has to offer. And we'll see how this season plays out. But congrats again on P3. Anyone you want to give a shout out to? We got you.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Lucky Dog Detailing for the support and being my primary sponsor. Topsail Trucking for being the series sponsor here for us. Couldn't do it without any of those guys. And thank you to you guys for picking us up and getting us through here. And hopefully it works well and we can work with you next season as well.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. We're hoping for that as well. Let's get through this season first, though. And, off to Martinsville. So hopefully you and your team has a great run there as well. And hopefully get to talk to you again next week.
Yeah, thank you. And big congrats to Cam here. He had just enough to get it done. We were all running out of tires there at the end. So congrats to him.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we'll send you back to celebrate, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
That was David Lorfano coming across the line in third place. See if we can find our second place finisher, Patrick McQuaid. There we go. Patrick, Cliff, and Joseph in the booth. You got us?
Yeah.
I'm in a dominant car most of the night. Did you have anything there for the 27 at the end?
I don't think I did. He's way better than me. I just on the longer runs, for some reason the line that I was using worked. I'll admit I'm not that great at this track, but didn't seem like it tonight, leading what felt like most laps. But yeah, I don't think I did.
Well, if you're not great at this track, you showed me up. That's for sure. You did. I believe you did great here tonight. You had one of the faster cars that were seemingly pretty dominant most of the race, with the exception of that 19 of John Higgins. He was absolutely dominant early on, but you had yourself up there most of the race. So I think you're better here than you think you are. So congrats on P2. How do you feel going into Martinsville?
I appreciate it. But yeah, Martinsville for sure, for sure, not my best track. So I'll be putting some practice time there. But yeah, last time we were at Martinsville, it did not go well. So
yeah. Martinsville is not a great track for I don't think anybody. I think there's a handful of people I've heard say the words "I love Martinsville." Not many. Good luck out there next week, but heck of a win here, or heck of a run here tonight. P2, not too shabby. Gonna work out well for you in the points.
Yeah, that was the goal to maximize the points. But if I can give a couple shout outs to Muffler Man, CBDMD, Alpha Lion, Project Dynamic. Yeah, I'll be in Martinsville for sure, practicing my butt off.
Absolutely. Well, congrats again to P2. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you again next week. at Martinsville
All right.
and at the end of the season as well.
I appreciate it.
All right, Patrick, we'll send you back to celebrate. All right, we're going to talk next to our race winner, Cameron Harris. Joseph, go ahead and get you, Cameron. It's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us? Hey, Cameron, it's Cliff and Joseph in the booth. You got us? Got you in the booth here. Not seeing you register for any voice activity. Might be a push to talk situation. Well, we'll give him some time to hopefully.
My bad.
Hey, there he is. Cameron, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm cooling.
Heck, man, hell of a finish. Take us through your last stint there. We weren't sure if you had the car to hang on and finish in the top spot, but able to hang on and hold off the 77 and 8 there. But yeah, please take us through your race there.
Well, okay, the last restart we had, what was it, 30 laps or so? 35 laps? I don't really remember.
Yeah,
but
just about.
the way I saw it was, man, take advantage of the fresh tires, get out front as fast as possible because tires are going to wear. It's going to be harder to pass. Just rely on those guys battling, which is exactly what happened. And my tires were starting to wear towards the end there, but luckily I got to the end before he got all the way to my bumper, man.
Yeah, we were actually holding our breath quite a bit there at the end. We saw the 77 charging a little bit, but then started to fall off, and I believe he ran out of time, which worked out in your favor. But I was actually supposed to let Joseph, my cohort here in the booth, give you the interview. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if he's got any questions for you.
All right.
Yeah, Cam, that was just a great race. That last restart, you just seemed to have something for these guys that we hadn't seen all race. What did you do differently to be able to pass them when not necessarily could early in the race?
Well, so like I was telling the other guys in the in the race chat that we were in, this is my first time using this new wheel that I have, so I was getting accustomed to it. I got no practice today, besides the 10 minutes before the race started, maybe, and it just took some getting used to. Maybe about 75 laps or so. I kind of got a feel for the track and the brake pedals and the steering and all that good stuff, and didn't pit the first caution after I got a little damage, so I was slow. I got lapped, went a couple laps down, and then the cautions breed caution, so I was able to come back, and I don't know, it just worked out, man.
Yeah, that was a great performance there. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I guess project development. They're on the car. You know what I mean? I got a 77, my teammate. He was right behind me. I appreciated him that taking me out. He definitely could have. But he chose not to. He took second place. Like a big boy. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congrats again. We'll send you back to celebrate. Hopefully we get to talk to you again in Martinsville.
I hope so.
Right on, right on. That's Cameron Harris, our race winner here for the Project Dynamics 150. He did mention it there. He brought the race sponsor to Victory Lane. So they'll definitely be happy there. We will bring up our final results here. If it'll let me, of course. Race results. Come on now. So, for the Project Dynamics 150, the All-American Racing League Truckers Feed America Cup Series, Project Dynamics 150, Cameron Harris will bring the Project Dynamics car to Victory Lane, followed by Patrick McQuaid finishing second and David Lorfano the third, finishing in the third spot. Adam Engerstein will take fourth. John Higgins Jr. is going to take fifth spot. Kyle Martin will finish 6th with Chad Snyder finishing 7th. David Harris is going to take 8th spot with Nathan Christensen behind him in 9th. Joshua Hetrick will take the 10th spot. Larry Garn is going to finish 11th, and Charlie Dickey will finish 12th. Tyrone Yohe Jr. is going to take the 13th position, and Braden Black will take the 14th spot here tonight. Everybody at Esports Broadcasting Network, myself and Joseph Lester, we thank you for watching, and hopefully we catch you next week. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to catch all our racing action all week long. But yeah, as Tony Trapassa would say, as you walk around along the how does he say it? I'm gonna murder it. You know what? Don't worry about it. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for watching.